Hello, and welcome back to the Create series, Season 1, Episode 8. So, it's possible that I got carried away with the automatic digger. Yeah. Yeah, I dug out this. I dug out some rooms down here. Took this all the way back to my cave area. Right there. If you go up this little boulevard, you can see I'm in my cave entrance. Geode and all that down there. I also cut out the second level. And the third level of the base. And I started cutting out the submarine base as well. So yeah, maybe a little carried away. So the idea here is for this to be a hallway, and then I'm gonna have rooms with create machinery and all kind of goodies on the sides. I'm not gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna decorate the walls. I'm thinking like color coding the levels. This will be like the red level, and the yellow level, and the green level, maybe. So let me start on a wall design, and then we'll come back and see how that goes. So one of the cool features you can do with Create Mod with one of these toolboxes, if it's within range, you can press Alt and select a linked inventory spot, and it'll pull inventory from that spot. You don't have to keep going back and getting it yourself. Okay, so that's one segment of the wall, and then I plan on repeating that all the way down. Now I could keep going. It's been forever reaching the end. But here's where another feature of the Create Mod comes into play. What we're going to do is we're going to make a copy of this. Then we're going to use a thing called the schematic cannon to feed this pattern into a cannon that once we give it resources, will do section by section for us. So the way that we do that is we need to mark out our area. I'm going to select this. All the way down to here. And that's going to be our schematic. Okay. All right, with that saved, we can use the schematic table to put that on a schematic. Okay, that schematic is now applied. We can put that in a schematic cannon. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the range is, but we'll see. So now I just tell it I want my next segment to go right there. It puts in a preview. I'll try to get a couple out of this if I can. I don't know what's up with the rendering glitch there. Okay, and we load the schematic into here. It uses gunpowder as fuel, so I'll go ahead and throw that in. We're going to select some settings. We want to replace the solid blocks with any. We don't have any missing blocks right now. Okay, so now we just need to give it resources. Now, we can ask it what resources that it needs by putting a book in here. And this will give us a material checklist. We need 90 white concrete, 8 red concrete, 9 wall, 1 polished cut deep slate. When it's in blue, that means we don't have that yet. It'll turn green. when we do. By the way, the holes here are for frog lights, which I don't have yet. That's going to add lighting to the section. I am curious if it'll see this as a valid source. Oh, it does. Okay, it'll pull from that. So you can see the red concrete and the white concrete are good. I'm going to go ahead and add in polish cut deep slate and the wall. 2 books now. Okay, you see everything has a green check mark, so it's actually good to go. So we can go ahead and kick this off, and hopefully it's in range. We'll see what happens. Got the schematic, got plenty of fuel, got all the stuff. Go! That is cool. Ding! And we're done. 2 wall segments complete. Rinse and repeat. Oh, it looks like I have to reload the schematic. I can do that. One thing I could do is just grow it each time. Let's try that. Let's try that. There we go. You have the ability to move things around after you place it, so that's kind of nice. All right, let's put that in. Oh, that one had a torch in it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, here we go. Go. Okay, I'm going to repeat this process until the resources run out or I fall asleep, whichever comes first. There it is, all done. I didn't have to hang off scaffolding and fall to the floor. Very cool. I did learn a few things running the schematic cannon this way that I'll share with you. One is when the schematic cannon finishes, it clears your schematic. However, if you have a missing item, like I had a torch accidentally in my second schematic, if you have a missing item, it'll stop at the end and say, hey, you're missing a torch or whatever. Then you can pull the schematic off, go place it again, and start it over without having to reload it in the schematic table. The other thing I found is if you set replace solid with empty, if you have holes in your design, like I have holes for those frog lights, then it'll actually put in the holes for you, and even if there's a solid block there. So some takeaways that you can use if you use the schematic cannon. And I highly recommend it because this was great. So now, of course, I need to work on the floor and the ceiling, and I really need those frog lights. So I think I'm gonna make a frog light farm. because I'm going to need lights for this level, the next level, and the next level. So yeah, let's work on setting up a frog light farm. I've been wandering through the nether trying to find a bastion that has a spawner for the magma cubes. I didn't find it, but I did pop out of the nether and I was able to find this swamp. I'm going to gather some tadpoles. We'll take those back and grow the frogs for the frog light farm. Ooh. Mangrove bonus. I haven't done a lot with the mangrove stuff. I wonder if it'll work in my tree farm. Alright, here we go. Not gonna set any speed records. This is riveting entertainment. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Fail. Alright. We'll take those back. Grow them in all the different biomes. Alright, you guys are free to go. Ah. I got enough netherite scrap from a bastion raid to make my first netherite ingot. I'm gonna put it on my sword. There we go, a netherite smite 5 sword. Now I see a lot of people hate on the smite sword. But if you're playing by yourself, two of the most common mobs, at least that I face, are the skeleton and the zombie. I mean, a smite 5 sword is a one-hit kill on those mobs, so yeah, that's what I use. And now that I said that, I can't find any. Alright, here we go. No critical, regular hit, smite 5, netherite sword. He's got armor. Oh, it might take 2 for him. One hit. So yeah, there are those that hate the smite 5 sword, but I use it in smite of them. In one of the bastion chests, I found soul speed 3, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that to my boots. There we go. I did some research on frog-light farms, and they're pretty simple. Most of them seem to use powdered snow to break down large magma cubes into small magma cubes. And the frogs convert them into frog-lights. So a lot of the farms use spawners, and in my search through the bastions, I couldn't find one with a spawner. So I'm just going to build it out here. I'm just going to build a regular one out here in the basalt deltas on the roof. I'm not really going to follow a tutorial. They're all pretty simple. So just going to wing one here. Let's go 3. The floor, a space, and then the actual floor. Basically what we're going to do is create a grid of powdered snow. Make a little 4x4 grid. I'm using glass because nothing will spawn on it. cold in here? Okay, this will be our killing floor. The frogs will bounce around down here. This will convert the big magma cubes into little magma cubes, and then the frogs can eat them. I think magma cubes can jump like 5 blocks or something like that. I'm just gonna build up 5. Now we want to make a spawnable area to spawn the magma cubes. I'm not making a huge farm because I don't need great rates here. Just need a few lights. Finish up my base. I think they're a maximum of 3 high, so I'll go 3 space here and then add a roof. That should be an area for them to spawn in. Okay, and then they may randomly jump off here, but in order to get them to aggressively come this direction and fall in the hole, we're going to put some iron golems. Because besides the player, I think that's the only other thing they'll attack. We'll leave a 5 wide gap. So they can't, so they can't actually jump over it. Now I'm in for it. How do I get out of here? Ooh, I'm going to run out of glass. I thought 8 stacks would be plenty. Okay, now we're all encased in glass. Got the spawning platform over here. Golem platform over there. I'm ready to put in the golems. There we go. Okay, now I have to get frogs. Only have one little open space here, and I got a glass stairwell to try to drag the frogs up. And actually, before we grab frogs, let's go ahead and make the collection platform. Alright, little cart unloader. Alright, now we can go get the frogs. I have those tadpoles that I picked up at the swamp. I'm pretty sure this is considered a temperate biome, so I think I'll get the orange frogs from here. I'm gonna build a little pond pretty close to the nether portal here. I don't have far to go. Guess I'll do maybe 4 frogs of each. Sounds good. I have this biome and those snowy hills where I got the powdered snow is nearby, so that should be 2 of them. Then I'll just have to find a warm biome. Kind of like watching paint dry. Hey, 1. Just walking my frogs. Typical day. Lizard frog. There's a lead. Not a good sign. Oh well. What? Alright, one always dies. It's just the way it is. Let's shoot up. Alright, sealed. Hey, look, it's already working. We'll just watch it work. Hey, there's the frog light. First one. My card is sucking them up. Drop them off. As a bonus, you get some magma cream from this farm as well. Look at that. Nice. I'm in the range of 120 blocks up. That way the despawn sphere will be just below the farm. Make it a little safer. Alright, now we just wait. We'll let this run for a little bit and see how many we get. I don't expect it's a high rate farm, but it should do pretty well. It's been about 30 minutes, and that's quite a few lights. Doing the math, that's about 1,300 an hour. That's plenty for me. I'm gonna take some of these for my base. On my way home. There we go. That's all the time we have for this episode. In the next episode, we're going to finish up those hallways, maybe start putting in the first bits of our large machinery, and maybe we'll go on an adventure. We'll see. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode.